Hello and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. I'm Adriana Teodoro-Dier, a spiritual medium and intuitive reader. I have a message for Leo today, and I connect with my guides in spirit before I draw cards. I ask them to give a message that will be especially helpful for you as you navigate on your spiritual journey this week. I invite you to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. It helps because it gives you every week consistent, high vibrational advice and just concepts to think about as you're going through your week. And it really helps to keep you in touch with that so you keep moving forward. And if at any point in this video you would like to like or comment, that would be awesome. It really helps to keep that positive energy moving. So they had me draw extra cards for you because we've got an interesting internal shift going on with you. It's really fascinating to feel, and I'm asking them for help articulating it to you because the feelings are almost stronger than what I can put into words. So you have the energy of the King of Pentacles around you this week. So big money energy. This is really good. So we're thinking about the future. We're planning. You're feeling like you're in a good financial position right now. And for some of you, the pentacles could refer to health. So you're feeling like you're in a good spot. And not only are you in a good spot, you're looking to the future. You're looking to what you continue to grow, how you can continue to keep this wealth and these roots deepening. So you notice he's a tree and he's got roots that reach deep into the soil. So you're not just like, well, like I won the lottery now and I'm happy. I'm just going to use all that money. No, you're like, no, I want to grow. I want to expand. I want to figure out how to get to the next step. Yes, I've achieved this. Yes, I've accomplished this, but I've also got other things to do and I need to figure out how to be successful. Now, that's the energy around you, but you react in an interesting way. You react with a tower. So you're thinking there's something that you have to destroy in order to make this dream come about. So, sometimes you Leos love to be a little bit dramatic, right? So you're thinking to get to the next level, you have to tear down everything that you've built already and start anew, because in order to make it bigger, you have to cut yourself off from the past. So that's how you're feeling. And let's get to what's going on. Actually, so this is really interesting. We've got the Chariot moving to the Hierophant on this side, and then we've got the Page of Cups going into the Ace of Swords going into the Three of Pentacles. So we've almost got two things going on here. Where do you want me to start? Okay, start with the Page. So the Page of Cups, what these cards together are telling me is that some of your desires were made from a place of emotional immaturity. Now, I'm not saying that you are emotionally immature. I'll say that again. Your decisions and your desires were formed from a place of emotional immaturity. So it's kind of like the idea of childhood dreams, that you kind of wanted things to be a certain way when you were a child, but you didn't really know not just what the world had in store for you, but you didn't realize that as you grew older and matured, that your desires would change. So sometimes we create dreams in childhood based on who we are as a child, but then as we grow and become more complex and more interesting, and we have more layers and more facets to ourselves, those childhood dreams just don't resonate with us anymore. And so part of what you're thinking you have to destroy is that there were some childhood dreams that made work not incredibly enjoyable. So you were trying to fulfill those desires you had, but the work that you were doing to get there was just kind of like humdrum. Like it wasn't as satisfying as you thought it was going to be. It just didn't work out the way you thought. Like you thought emotionally you feel great, and emotionally everything would feel amazing and you would feel so fulfilled, and it just kind of didn't. And so part of your subconscious is saying, it's actually that I want to get rid of. It's not necessarily the physical position I'm in now, but it's those old desires that I have that I didn't realize I'm still hanging on to. So this reading is trying to get you aware of those desires and aware of the fact that if they're still in your if they're still in your vibrational field, they're still going to cause some conflict within you. Because when those desires that are unconscious are in your emotional field, in your vibrational field, you can't really figure out the direction you want to go, because there's this subconscious interaction that pulls on the thing that you want. Let me see if I can explain that a little bit more clearly. So if you've decided that you want to go to the left, and you in your conscious mind are like, I'm going to the left, but you have facets of yourself that want to pull to the right that you're not aware of, that are going on behind the scenes, you're going to kind of pull this way a little bit, right? So it's going to pull you off the mark. And that's why it's really important to go into those desires, to go into those immature thoughts that you had, immature desires that you had, and really clean them out. Really let go of them. And I think it's good that you feel like you're the tower this week, because they can't keep, you have to have your vibrational field and your intention so pure and so directed. And we're finally getting to these other cards. You have to have that so pure and so unadulterated by these peripheral things that don't really, you see this is like a moth? It's not really consequential anymore. So you've got to get them out. It's calibration is what it is, you know? Like if you're doing archery or you're shooting something and your rifle or your bow or whatever isn't calibrated right, your arrow or your bullet is not going to fly true. It's going to fly a little off. And that's what's happening because you're holding on to these things. It's not calibrated. Finally, we get to the Chariot, and then it goes into the Hierophant. I'm sorry, they were this way. So the Chariot is that purity of desire, purity of focus, purity of will that I was talking about. You see how she's just looking up at the horizon, and her cart is pulled by unicorns, and unicorns symbolize purity. So because her will is very pure, she's on a single course of action and she's never diverted. And that's the focus that you need to have to get to your goals. Now it ends in the Hierophant, and what I see with this is the idea of maturity, that this willpower, instead of just pushing forward blindly, it's now very wise. It knows exactly what you want. It knows exactly why you want it. And it's just this, it's this really beautiful ripening kind of energy that I'm feeling. Because autumn I'm getting an autumn feeling from the top of this, is the harvest, is things coming to fruition, to fruit, to bear fruit. It's when we collect, and it's when we gather in, and it's when we really reap the benefits of what we've sown, right? And this is just so exciting that King of Pentacles is holding an acorn right here. Can you see it? So he's trying to reap something new. And so this is saying, because you have really cleaned out and matured your desires, that you're coming at life not just from a dreamer standpoint, but from an actual, no, this is who I am. This is what makes me emotionally fulfilled. This is what makes me have purpose. This is really honestly what I want. You're not believing in those delusions anymore, because you're being more honest with who you are now, rather than trying to fulfill a desire that was created from a different person before. So if you've got comments about this, please reach out. I feel like it was a little bit woo, but I feel like we got there. We calibrated, right? We got our rifle aimed in the right way. So if you are interested in more growth on the spiritual path, I do offer one-on-one readings, classes, and I just started a mentorship program for one-on-one work if you're really ready to raise your vibration, get to the next level. So I invite you to visit trueguidancetarot.com, check them out. Always reach out. I'm always here for you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.